Okay, so now I've got the bearing cleaned up. I'm going to saw it back in. If you notice, there's a tang on this side of the bearing right here, and there's little slots for those tangs to go in. So those tangs always go into the slots, just like that. And you want it nice and even on side to side, so the bearing doesn't stick up too much for this side or that side. So these both sides are even, and then make sure it's nice and tight. You always want to use some assembly lube. So when you put bearings together, you have to have an assembly lube to put in there. Looks like I need to cut the top off that. And the assembly lube goes on the bearing. And what'll happen, what'll happen is if I don't have assembly lube, it will seize when I start it. So I want to make sure I have plenty of assembly lube on there. And then again, those little tabs right here are going to go to the tabs on the piston. Okay, the one should mark the one. And we're going to start the bolts. And you have to make sure this seats properly, because remember how I said this was a broken, it's a broken connecting rod cap. You want to make sure those seams are nice and even so they go in together and all those grooves match the grooves. Okay? And we're going to torque it down in just a sec.